He's wearing my pants. Can I borrow your pants? Dude? It's laundry day.
Can you bring me an extra pair of pants? Hey,
what's up, everybody? We're home.
We're here in our new place. Excited to be here.
Yeah, very excited. I can assure you this is not a hockey podcast. I didn't bring a lot of decorations. This is pretty much all of Brian's stuff.
Yeah, he dropped the ball on that. He's supposed to decorate his wall.
Sorry, I brought the mics and the mic arms and the camera and the lights.
So all I had was the stuff that I haven't put up yet. I've been here for 2 years now, but I haven't put this stuff up anywhere. I was gonna put it up in the garage eventually, but I was able to put it here. So here we go.
Nice. Well, it looks good.
Yeah, your tape looks great.
Thanks. They can't see it though. I don't think so. Well,
it's right behind you. Move over.
Still, you know what, dude? Let's start off this pod. You down?
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Share the Backline, the podcast where two washed up local musicians wax poetic about gripes, triumphs, and the mundane. I'm your host, O'Brien.
And Beardley.
Check it out.
Yeah.
New camera angles.
Woo! There's another
I can
surprise
get
for
in
you
yours.
guys.
There you go. Oh, you can see the tape now.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm excited, man. This is when I envisioned starting a podcast, like this is what I wanted. Like a spot where we can have multiple angles and we look like a real podcast now. Like just taking a step back and looking, and it's like,
Yeah, what they can't see is all the trash under the all the boxes and stuff under the table.
but yeah, this is it, guys.
Tape and stuff.
We appreciate you guys stopping by again. Episode 4.
Yeah.
We're in the mountains like real men.
Sure.
And,
Literally in the mountains.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully with these new mic stands too, O'Brien's not going to be super quiet.
Yeah. There won't be an echo.
Yeah. Okay. So if episode 3 was super quiet, that's my fault. I apologize because, I can't take all the blame. I'll take like maybe 30%. The other 70% was O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
He was just too quiet, and I was trying to compensate for it by like turning him up. But as I turned him up while I'm editing, there was just like a crazy echo and all this stuff. So I just left it how it was. But here we are now, and we should be good. The mics are.
I'm new to having a mic in my face.
They're pretty far apart, so we should be good.
I never had the opportunity to sing in a band or anything. It's just behind the drums. I'm like, you.
Yeah, I'm used to it now with the Twitch streaming and.
So how was your first drive up to the mountains?
It was awesome. I had to turn around a few times, but it was cool. Just driving the speed limit.
Yeah, being part of the parade of Subarus up here.
There was like one car in front of me.
Oh, really?
And then it split into 2 lanes, and I got around them and just taking
Nice.
the turns like I was in Initial D.
Mm-hmm.
Deja vu, like.
Yeah, well, since I'm not mentioning what day it is anymore, but we'll just say we're recording on a day there's very little traffic.
Yeah, okay, good. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to be here. Like, you have a very beautiful home.
Thank you.
Very beautiful animals.
Abundant is more.
Yeah.
is a better word.
You almost got replaced already by
I know.
your cat.
I saw that. I was gonna leave him. He might still be in here somewhere.
Probably buried under all the trash.
Yeah, I'll probably pop up in a little bit and jump on the table. I always do that. If I come into a room, they all like chase me in here, and then I think I got them all, and then
You hear scratching.
yeah. A couple hours later, I'm like, hey, I'm missing one.
Very minimal table noise.
Yeah.
It's still there. These mics aren't the greatest. I think that's the next upgrade. Is some cool mics. but that'll come with time.
We got these cool mic stands. We got this this table on OfferUp. Shout out to OfferUp for $30.
Yeah, dude. It was between this and a big like oval desk, and I'm kind of glad we went with this one because this room is a little small.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. Like,
yeah, it's the smallest room in my house.
But I don't think that desk would have fit. Like,
yeah, for sure. In my mind, the room was a little bigger than I thought.
I hope you guys.
In my mind, than I thought.
I hope you guys can't hear the fan going.
Oh, want me to turn it off?
Yeah.
No, wrong one.
He turn off is down.
I still don't know the switches in this house.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's literally
Trying to
one
make fun of
switch
me all the
down, one up.
But we have a bunch of switches there's like two switches controlling the same thing.
Oh.
So you flip one to turn it on, and then if you're in another room, you flip it. And it's confusing.
Homes.
Even in the house I grew up in, there was a switch like that, and it would always like.
There's still switches I don't know how to use.
So dude, my memory is shit. It's like complete garbage. But
Yeah, dude. This feels right, I think. Like being here. Now they got the mic in your face. Now we got to work on is like, now that we got multiple cameras, like, hey, I'm looking at my camera to like, cut to this, and I'm looking at it. So you got to look at yours once in a while and talk.
Oh, you're right. When I get like super deep,
Yeah.
I get someone to remote control zoom in real close.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. I am not excited for the editing.
Yeah.
But it's, I guess we could say, this is a Sunday. So I have pretty much all week to edit, which is still going to be difficult because of twins and a 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm. The work.
And work. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We work.
But if you stick to putting them out on Friday mornings, then it gives you all week.
Well, I was thinking maybe we do it a little earlier this week, only because this week's Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're right.
And we had plans to decorate for Thanksgiving and do this. I said, let's go to the Dollar Tree, get Thanksgiving decorations. And
oh, that was this episode, huh?
Yeah.
We're going to do that for.
See, undersell, over deliver. I think we, all this is pretty cool. So I think
we decorating the office at work would have been a little easier
Yeah.
than all of this. So be grateful. Yeah, it's cool because I'm home. It wasn't like the roll out of bed and pod that I thought it was going to be, just because we had a bunch of setting up to do and everything. And but those of you at home can't tell, I'm still not wearing pants. So good thing you can't look to see under the table.
it's a little weird. But he made me coffee.
It's laundry day. He can deal with me walking around in my underwear. No, I'm kidding. I'm wearing pants and shoes.
He's wearing my pants. Can I borrow your pants? It's laundry day.
Can you bring me an extra pair of pants?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, we haven't seen each other since Friday night. And like I
Yeah,
said,
this is what we were talking about. We can do how's your day?
Yeah. How was your weekend so far?
Good. What did I do yesterday?
You said you got home late Friday. We ended our day pretty early, and you said you got home late.
Yeah. I was almost we had some friends over, so I was about to go up the mountain, and they wanted some food. So I stopped for food. It took a long time, and so I got home kind of late, and I was still tired. So I didn't really
I can do this now. Yes, dude.
You just reach over and shove it in my face. Giggity. So I got home late on Friday. It sucks because I always want to do like, oh, it's Friday, I can stay up all night. I can do all this stuff and watch these movies or binge this show or do whatever, And 10 o'clock rolls around and I'm getting sleepy. It's just my body's used to it already. Even on my days off, I'll wake up like at 5, like wondering why the hell I'm awake. But yeah, and then yesterday I did clear out this room and It was so funny. Jenna, my fiance, she was like, I was telling her, I was like, oh, can we? And I'm pretty sure she listened to the last episode where we had already decided we were going to do it here. So we recorded the episode, and then that day I asked her, I was like, oh, so we're thinking of doing the pod in that room. And I was like, well, do you need help clearing it out? And it's like, there's nothing in there. It's just my drum set and couch. She's like, kind of been using it as a secondary storage. So there was a lot more stuff I had to move out. So I closed on my rings on my Apple Watch,
Nice.
getting this room ready,
Nice.
getting the table up out of my car and bringing it upstairs and everything, running up and down the stairs a million times. Then we finished it off today,
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah, I got here. I got here pretty early. Not as early as I wanted to because I had to take a shower and was just being lazy. I stood up all night last night. I think because I was excited about this. No, I think because I was like, you know, when you're a kid and you like, you know, the next day you're going to Disneyland and you're like, I can't sleep. Like, I'm so excited. And then it's like, you know, when you're a kid, like 10 o'clock's late and you wake up and you're all tired, but you're going to Disneyland. Sure. Like, I was just excited to get here. But I was playing the new Pokemon game, Scarlet, I think it is.
Yeah.
Or I forgot what the other one. Basically, on Friday, I had bought the game for my brother-in-law because his birthday was this past week, and my other brother-in-law was like the day after, which is pretty crazy. Because mine and my cousin, it's me, my cousin, my dad, and then my two brother-in-laws are like the day after each other.
Jeez.
So,
Shaki.
yeah, you're gonna hear some dog barking. There's nothing we can do.
No, it's pretty loud.
Not really. We'll see. This episode is gonna be like a huge experiment as far as like audio and video go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But whatever. I'll make it work. But yeah, so I got home early Friday. And then, you know, you had your pizza adventure. And then I totally forgot.
Pizzagate?
I talk about Pizzagate. That's another inside joke. So I totally forgot I had to go pick up the games because it came out on Friday. Hey, the poster fell. I was like, what's that crack?
God damn it. I knew it. I knew it was going to fall.
It's all right. You can't see it on camera. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
So my brother-in-law is like, did you pick up the games? I'm like, damn it. No, I didn't. And I'm like, oh, we were just out there too for work. Like I could have just cruised on by and picked them up. But
Yeah.
so I had to leave pretty late to go get them. Got them. Got home. Had some ice cream cake.
Nice.
And then yesterday, my wife gave me a honey-do list. I'm pretty sure you get those too. I had to clean up the room and the bathroom, do some laundry, because we're having people over, or, you know, my part of the family over today to celebrate, like, my birthday, my dad's birthday, my cousin's birthday. So, so it's, you know, November kind of, I'm not going to say sucks, but it's very busy, like, because of the amount of birthdays. And now December is just as busy. You know, I got my twins.
Yeah.
Born in December. You got, you know, Christmas, New Year's, or New Year, and then my daughter's birthday. So it's like within 2 weeks, it's just celebrating, you know, especially for the kids. You know, for me. I waited. I paused. For me, you know, like celebrating my birthday is not a big deal now. But for the kids, you know, we got to do it up for them. So it's gonna be a busy couple months, but
Yeah, you've transitioned.
yeah,
So it's like Christmas, just obligation.
Yeah.
Birthday is obligation. You're full on dad now.
yeah.
I still wait for my presents. I'm like, come on. New Xbox. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
Hint, hint.
I have a December birthday myself, so it's.
Yeah, your birthday's in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
You're gonna be
From October to like the end of the year, every year now is just a complete blur. 'Cause I have my sobriety birthday's in October, so that's like a bunch of things going on, and for some reason, just like October, November, December, I'm always just swamped with just random things happen. Me and Jen were talking about that. Like it's always the it's like a bad luck almost. Just all kinds of things just start happening, and we have to like, do damage control, or it's just impossible to get anything done. So I'm glad there isn't like a long list of birthdays that I have to shop for or celebrate or anything. So I don't know. I'm not jealous. I don't envy you on that one.
Yeah. And then like just work we've been super swamped, and I tell O'Brien all the time, like, dude, before you started here, it was not like this. Like, I was leaving at 2:00, 3 days out of the week.
Yeah. We don't know when we're going to get home.
Yeah. Now we're lucky to get home before freaking 7:30. But it's cool.
And by then it's already been dark for 3 hours.
Yeah. But the checks are nice. So we're not,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to complain.
Especially with all the your birthdays and holidays coming up.
Oh no, it's falling more.
No.
Can you see it in yours?
Oh, you can. Whatever.
Just pick, dude. I can go to my camera now, and like they're not going to see you fixing the poster. They're not going to see you
this stuff, huh?
fixing the poster now. But yeah, dude. I mean,
Talk amongst yourselves.
we I'm not gonna. After work, we stopped at a Goodwill, and because we got our desk. One thing we needed were chairs, so we're like, oh, let's go to Goodwill. It's fixed. Yay! We can go back to the other angle.
What's fixed?
The poster. They already know, dude. It's all good. So we were looking for chairs. We were like, oh, let's go to Goodwill. After work, Haywood. And I remember like, oh, Goodwill doesn't really do furniture anymore. Like they won't take furniture or anything. I guess because it's too bulky and they're running out of space. Whatever. But O'Brien found like a gold mine.
A plethora.
No, it's more, yeah, I guess a plethora of VHS movies. He's a avid collector of VHS, and we were there for a while as he was looking through all of them, and he's just like, "Ah, I need this one. I need this one. I don't. What you pick up, dude? What's new to your hole?"
All right, I got Jurassic Park. I snuck in. There were 4 Jim Carrey movies there. He told me I could only take one. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. Your new rule, guys. When you're buying movies, use movies, DVDs, whatever.
And then I told Jenny that about the one I left, and she was bummed out about it.
Yeah, you can only buy one Jim Carrey movie at a time. Them's the rules.
I snuck in 2, and then I snuck in even a third.
Yeah, this guy broke the rules. He's a country outlaw for sure.
So I got Batman Forever, which has Jim Carrey. What was the other one? Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
Yeah.
What was the other Jim Carrey movie?
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
And he left the mask.
I left the mask, and that's the one I got shit for for leaving. But also Jurassic Park, Blade Runner,
Terminator 1 and
Harrison
2.
Ford, Terminator 1 and 2. They had the box sets of The Godfather, all 3 of them,
Hidden.
and still wrapped. I was talking to Mon about this. It's like, oh, I do the same thing. I was like, oh, this one will look great with my other copies of this same movie. Yeah, it's like for trading. It's like Pokemon, you get a couple extra ones and trade them later. It was cool. A friend of mine, I posted on my Instagram, he's like, you collect VHS? And he has like,
He bought a Blockbuster?
no, he has, I mean, if you guys want to check it out, but, let me pull it up really quick. He was like, oh, you collect VHS? And he got super excited. And, I guess he has like a little passion project where he's, collecting all of these. and also makes books
Nice.
with all the artwork and everything.
Oh, that's
but
pretty cool.
Yeah, the page is Basement VHS. Basement VHS, all one word, on Instagram.
Check them out right here. I gotta write that down so I could put like their link here.
Sweet. But also him, it's Mitsu Okubo, and he's a super cool artist. We went to high school together, and he's been talented in his whole life, and super good at drawing and his artwork, and makes cool t-shirts and stuff. It's a little, I don't want to say edgy, but it's pretty funny. It's not for everybody, but it's really good artwork. If you guys check him out. And then he has all those VHS and stuff. But it's cool when posting it, and then you find all these other collectors and stuff, and they talk about like trading and different tapes, different places to find tapes.
Yeah, I kind of saved you from buying that Godfather stuff. I'm like, dude, it's only like $16 on Amazon, like or
All
eBay.
three of them.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna pay for. It's like, dude, plus shipping, plus eBay tax.
Yeah,
It's a good thing you didn't get those.
yeah. Sometimes I gotta rein it, pull the reins. And
Yeah. I was just looking at the price go up. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, people still buy VHS, and I work with one of them, like one of the 8 people in the world.
it's just a different feel. Okay, so let me make my argument for collecting VHS. They're cool because you see like a bunch of different. It's really the trailers, because you can stream all these movies and stuff now, but when the artwork on the box and then like popping it in has that sound, it's nostalgia. But then there's also like really cool trailers and commercials and stuff before the movies start, and I'm really into those. A lot of them are really funny, like me, like seeing how different things were, and commercials and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then also the when you play them too much, and you get that tracking line. So vintage. Speaking of vintage, I think we are entering vintage territory. So I put the classic rock station on for the dogs downstairs.
Nice.
And I heard Collective Soul and Pearl Jam.
Okay. I you know what? I think Pearl Jam always had that classic rock feel.
Kind of weird, right? With
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, like they came out at the same time, but you can sneak them in there with like, it's like Boston, Neil Young, and then you slip in like a Pearl Jam song, and then even Red Hot Chili Peppers too kind of had that with their first couple albums.
But classic rock, dude. Classic rock is I think now just like a catch-all genre. Like, before,
Like if it has guitars and a drum set.
yeah. Like we can say like when Led Zeppelin came out, that was rock and roll, but I think it was still like at that time classic rock. Like, we got to look up the definition of classic rock. Does that mean like it's old, or does it mean like it's an instant classic? Like, I don't know if that's what they meant. Like classic rock means
this is classic rock.
like, or it's who came up with the term,
When did they start calling it classic rock?
Yeah, like, because for that, for it to be like, this is a certified classic, like, this is going to stand the test of time. It should be named classic rock, that I can get. But for it to be like a time period, like, when does that time period end? Like the stuff from the 70s and 80s, because we were talking about it earlier, like Blink-182 is on classic rock stations now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's like late 90s, right?
Yeah, late 90s, early
Or the
2000s.
earliest?
And it's only a matter of time before we start hearing, well, I even think like old Linkin Park stuff's on there, like,
God damn.
like Korn and stuff. What are the periods when classic, rock turns into classic rock? And what happens to that classic rock? Does it become like ancient rock, or
Classical rock?
classical rock?
We see that in movies where they do like time travel and stuff, like, oh, it's a classical piece, and it's
Yeah.
like, Fleetwood Mac or something.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know why randomly I saw a Saturn on the I was like, do they even make Saturns anymore? And I looked it up. And they stopped making Saturns a while ago. But I looked up the definition of a classic car, and a classic car is 20 years old. So it's like, dude, like the 2002 Saturn, you can, you can technically call it a classic car.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
But if you think about classic, like what was playing on classic rock stations when I was a kid, so let's say like 98, and I'm listening to classic rock, and they're playing stuff from 78, so 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So 20 years ago now is like the bands that were like where we were young. So the bands we were listening to in the early 2000s.
So like Mike Hem and Paramore, classic rock,
But it's not playing on classic rock stations.
but Blink is, Green Day is.
Yeah.
I mean, those are like 30 years now, right? Technically,
Yeah. Yeah. If you look at Blink. Like
I think
first album.
they're coming out with like a 30-year anniversary, like 94, 2004, or 2024. But yeah, dude, it's just like we got to figure out what the definition is, because like, are we playing classic rock now?
Yeah.
Like, are we considered classic rock musicians now?
Sure. I'll take it. So it's like the first album I ever recorded is a classic rock. 20 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of classic rock too, like I was just curious, because we were talking a lot about movies and, in the car, like I thought it would be a good question, but it would just be like just out there, so crazy. It's like, what are the best like songs in movies, like like iconic scenes only amplified by music. And like the first one that comes to mind is Breakfast Club, but that's at the end when don't you, like that's the first thing that comes to mind. And I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, it's just way too many to think of, and people are gonna be like, oh, you didn't mention this one, like
Don't add us.
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, add us,
Add
please.
us. Yeah, it's fun.
At ShareTheBackline. You brought up a good one, Master of Puppets in Old School. That one was
The
really
kidnapping.
yeah. So I looked it up, and I'm like top selling albums for movie albums of all time, and number one by far is the Bodyguard soundtrack.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah, Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Because it has that one song.
What is the name of the song though?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's not called "And I Will."
And
And I will always love you. Is that what it's called?
I think so. I'm looking it up right now. But yeah, dude, like
We'll talk amongst ourselves.
by far, like that that song or that album is sold everything. I think, and it's just because of that.
Because
song.
of that one song.
I will
What
always
about
love you. That's what it's called.
was it? It was Batman Forever that had Seal, right? Kiss by a Rose.
Yeah.
that soundtrack is so good. If you guys have time, like check it out. Like look it up on Spotify. The Batman Forever soundtrack, bangers.
Yeah.
So good.
We checked it out too. It's like Ghostbusters 2 has a really sick soundtrack.
Yeah, the song they made for that movie, and then this. I mean, that one's the first and the second one. They're for two there with the Ghostbusters theme songs. And then the scene where the Statue of Liberty starts moving.
Yeah. So, I was looking at those albums, and I'm like, you know what? What are like the top 5, top 10 selling rock albums of all time? Like just rock, because if you go to like just overall. Like Adele is number 1 and 2, and then Ed Sheeran's like 3 and 4. Then you got a Taylor Swift, and like just crazy numbers, And there's not really any rock bands. So I looked it up. I'm like, what are the top 5? And number 1 because I told you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to take a crack at the other 4?
Well, you said The Wall was on.
The Wall
It's
is
on the top
not
5, right?
on top 5.
Oh, it isn't?
No, I have the list here.
Were any of the other ones like the Black Album, the White Album?
No, no
Sgt. Pepper.
Beatles. No Beatles.
No Beatles? Oh, my
According
God.
to this article,
What an indictment.
this article from The Richest, right? 5 highest selling rock albums. Oh, I'm guessing they consider the Beatles pop, maybe.
No, there's no way.
It's not on here. There is one album you mentioned, not The Wall, but Dark Side of the Moon. That's number 2.
That's number 2?
Number 2.
Damn, that's a sleeper. I never would have guessed that.
You'll never guess number 3. Might guess number 4. You did say it downstairs, and number 5 maybe. So, I'll just give it to you. No, we'll go 5-1.
Yeah, there you go.
So number 5 is Led Zeppelin 4.
Nice. 5 is 4.
5 is 4. You got Stairway on that album, which is
That did it.
yeah. I mean, people still consider Stairway the greatest song ever written, which is
Is Black Dog on there?
no, yes, Black Dog is on there. I think that's what starts it off.
Yeah.
You got the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, right.
That's what starts off the record. But Stairway's on there.
Sound.
Yeah, Stairway's on there. Over 37 million copies sold since its release. And it was released in 1971. November of 1971.
Doesn't mean they definitely have time on their side.
Yeah. When did this... I'm trying to see when this article came out. Last year, April 2021. So...
Now the other side, damn it. I think you can see that side though.
Number 4, Rumors, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, sweet.
That one probably got a boost because of TikTok, right? Landslide's on there. Let's see. I'm trying to see over 40 million sold, which is nice.
Oh, real quick, I got added about my my Beatles comments. it was kind of funny that the Beatles weren't on the top 5 there. But yeah, somebody made a good point that because I said that movie yesterday would never happen because like I would still have to work his ass off to like he wouldn't be like instantly famous. But then we were also talking about people becoming instantly famous now because of YouTube and TikTok and stuff. So they said like, dude, they just put one of those songs on like yesterday on a TikTok video and it would probably blow up just because they're so goddamn catchy. It's like they wrote these songs like psych majors, you know what I mean? Just like found all the little things that make people tick and they're super catchy.
Yeah. Number 3 surprised the heck out of me, dude. Like I did not expect this. And reading this article, it's like a lot of people didn't like this album to begin with. It's Bad Outta Hell from Meatloaf.
That's number 3?
Number 3 is Bad Outta Hell from Meatloaf.
Man, I posted something too about bands that looked heavy, weren't heavy, and like albums that I bought because of the cover. And that Bad Outta Hell was one of them. I saw it at Tower. I was like, oh my God, this looks brutal as hell. Meatloaf's got to be fucking sick. So like shred on guitar and double bass and stuff. And then I took it home and listened to it. And it was Meatloaf. So I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, right here it's saying, according to Ultimate Guitar, it wasn't always such a well-received record. In fact, when it was released, almost everyone at Epic Records hated it. It took some time for critics to get on board. Critics to get on board.
It's probably because of that cover. Everybody, because it was at that time like heavy music was. I mean, I wasn't there when the album came out, but you know, I was, it was
77. You're not that old,
but it was like you know, I was really young, but the Black Album had just been out for a couple of years, you know, and Pantera was like touring and stuff, and Slayer and all this stuff, and so I was just looking for heavy music, and you know, you would go to the record store and get all kinds of metal bands because of the cover. You look at it like Master of Puppets, that cover, you're like, oh damn. And Justice for All, Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
Vulgar Display of Power as the fist going in that guy's face. So you
Yeah.
see Bat Out of Hell. And dude's like riding a hog, like, like out of hell, you know? He's
Yeah.
like flying. It looks like Ghost Rider almost. Like, dude, this has got to be awesome. And then the font and everything, and it's all black and red.
Yeah. 43 million, over
And it's
43
opera.
million copies sold.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Because of the cover art. Give that guy a raise.
He's
Now.
R.I.P. Meatloaf.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He
I
did.
meant the guy that designed it.
I mean, it was 77.
And give him a raise posthumously.
Yeah.
After he passes.
We said this one already. Number 2, Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Great album. Supposedly you can put this on. I don't know what the exact timestamp is for
That might be the first inkling of an album going viral, because it was like there were all these rumors about that.
Well, I was just gonna say like the Wizard of Oz thing, where you sync it up and maybe you know what?
Because it was pre-internet, and even when I was in high school, people were like, "Oh, if you play this to Wizard of Oz," it's like, first of all, we had to find a copy of Wizard of Oz, or like looking at, we mentioned before, it's the one where you look at the candle and play it along to Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and then number 1, dude. Number 1, Back in Black, AC/DC. We talked about this earlier. Just crazy songs like Back in Black on there. The number was just freaking, over 50 million copies worldwide. Like that is insane. We get crazy like, oh, they got 50 million plays. It's like, no, these guys sold 50 million records.
It's pretty wild that there weren't any other, how big that band was, and how there weren't really any copycats of that band. Maybe there were, but none that made it to that level.
AC/DC just thunderstruck them down, dude.
It's like they were like the perfect band for that time.
I was gonna hit the ba-doom, but I don't know. I don't remember what button it is.
Just start poking blindly at the controls.
I think it's yeah.
It's a good guess.
What was I gonna say? So Back in Black came out after the original singer died too. Bon Scott passed away. Before they started writing this record, so they had like a lot of that on their side, like momentum. Like, what are they gonna do now? Because that's one thing I've always been interested in is like when bands are dealing with some type of like problem, I guess, band member leaving, somebody passing away, what's their next step, like when Jason left Metallica, like what are they gonna do now? Are they gonna find somebody and or like just stop? What's gonna happen? Jason was a huge part.
Rob Halford left Judas Priest.
Yeah, Rob left Judas Priest.
Ozzy left Sabbath.
And Randy Rhoads passed away. Zach Wilde, like Ozzy, bad. Yeah, I don't want to be in a band with Ozzy. It's like he's always replacing people.
Yeah.
I love Ozzy, but never. Tom DeLonge leaving Blink, Tom DeLonge rejoining Blink, Tom DeLonge leaving Blink again.
Dude, weird. You brought up Tom DeLonge. I was going to bring up Angels and Airwaves. So you look at their Wikipedia of all the members that have been on Angels and Airwaves, talking about kicking people out of the band.
Yeah, like one of my favorite bands, Senses Fail. Now it's only Buddy, the singer. I don't know anybody else.
Buddy and Friends.
Yeah.
Buddy and buddies.
They kicked out Dave, which was one of the original guitar players for Heath from Midtown. Then Heath left the band, and then they got somebody else, and then Garrett left, and then Dan left, and then like Mike, the bass player, was gone way before. So it's like I don't know anybody, but they're still kicking ass. They were good.
Yeah, they still have all the songs.
But yeah, like it's just something was always interested in, and like it shows you guys could be super successful. Just keep on keeping on. AC/DC over 50 million records after changing singers.
And then Brian Johnson, did he ever come back, or he's done? So I know he left and Axel was filling in.
I think he came back. He's like, I can't let Axel do this to my band, But then Malcolm passed away, so I don't know what they're doing. I think
like his son or something is playing guitar, right?
Yeah. That's another Van Halen. Like David Lee Roth left, and then Sammy Hagar left, and David Lee Roth came back, and then Michael Anthony's like, nah, I don't want to play. So it's like, bring in Wolfgang.
I used to have a voicemail in my work phone when I worked at AT&T. Voicemail from Michael Anthony.
Nice, dude.
One of our customers. He's like, I'm over here rocking and rolling. Sorry I missed your call. I was like, oh my God. I hope I never lose his voicemail. I lost it.
Mr. Anthony, your bill's past due.
Yeah.
I'll take care of these charges for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'll pay for it. Thank you. I went broke. Supporting Mike. He was on my taxes.
He's a dependent. O'Brien, this says Michael Anthony is one of your dependents. He's like, I'm like, yeah.
Is that the Michael Anthony?
Yeah, he's on tour right now, and I sent him money.
I sent him money for snacks for the road.
I put money on his books. Is he in jail? No.
Somebody else, speaking of like going back to Tom DeLonge, somebody else added us that they also had a similar story. Yeah. Got a picture with Travis, but Tom said no.
Wow. What a dick.
Yeah, so if you guys have...
Just kidding, Tom, I still love you.
If any of you have stories about Tom DeLonge tonight, well, let's make a case here.
We're going to take him to court and have him take pictures with all of us.
We'll subpoena him in charge, like, that's your punishment. Like take 10,000 pictures.
Or just one photo with a group of us.
one picture.
See, I'm like right here.
10,000 people. He's like, fine. He just throws a show and just a selfie with everybody. There.
Happy.
You all have a picture with me now. He has to not block anybody.
Yeah. Freaking Tom DeLonge, dude.
Freaking Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, we put out that little clip, right? To show that the new episode's out, and it had a bunch of views. I'm like, I wonder if like
not too many.
Yeah, I think I tagged him in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if like, no, it's probably not going to get to him.
You can tag him in this one now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Tom DeLonge, history of.
I'm gonna check my phone tomorrow. It's like a new message. Like, oh.
Libel lawsuit. What?
Yeah, defamation of character. Oh shit. But yeah, dude. I still love you, Tom. What else you got?
Your wife doesn't.
Yeah, my wife doesn't.
She's still mad.
Yeah. She's probably mad at me too. For saying I love Tom DeLonge. What else you got for us, bros of?
We have some more sad news.
Yeah. This one hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Thanks for putting your phone on silent.
That's
Was your watch?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do my watch either. But yeah, I'm referring to the news of the White Ranger.
I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Wow.
The Green Ranger. The White Ranger.
Later, the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, passed.
Apparent suicide, dude. That one hit hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was a huge fan of Power Rangers growing up. I had all the toys, watched all the shows, watched all the movies. I remember my mom taking me out of school early when the first movie came out.
Ooh, that's fun.
And we saw it at the Commerce Theater, the little one. Jason David Frank, 49, dude. Apparent suicide. And you know, like I keep saying, that one hit hard just because I was a fan of his, and you know, myself as well as you know, we both struggle with mental illness, and just want to say, like, you know, if you need help, guys, reach out. It's it is hard. Like I said, we both know. But if you need it, reach out. There's plenty of people willing to listen. You know, O'Brien and I, you know, we're good listeners, even though we talk a lot. You know, and a lot of that, just know you're not alone. You know, there's always somebody there. And yeah.
Yeah, we're both we both struggle with things. Me personally, I'm on antidepressants and anxiety medication. But I think it's really a generational thing. Like now it's getting the stigma behind all that is kind of going away, which is cool. Because everybody needs help. Everybody's struggling with one thing or another, and it's so important to reach out. It's kind of weird because depression is one of those things that makes you kind of not want to reach out or do anything really. Yeah. You just kind of want to stay in bed and shut yourself off to the world. So it's like it really is just quicksand. You know, you're in there, you're in there ready, and you're sinking deeper and deeper, and you can't really reach out because it's that's part of the disease or the illness, you know. It's it keeps you from reaching out. So just kind of I think social media is kind of cool because you can kind of keep tabs on people and see how they're doing without even talking to them, you know. Like sometimes people start sharing some dark stuff and you're like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also good to know that other people are, like you said, you're not alone. There are other people dealing with those things, and it's just it's sad to see a lot of the kind of the older generation just not still having that stigma or still thinking there's a stigma and keeping themselves from getting the help that they need.
Yeah. One good podcast to check out is the Walking Blind podcast. Mike from No Bragging Rights is part of it, you know, and their one thing is normalizing checking in on the homies. You know, it's a mental health podcast. You know, they're not doctors or anything, but they, you know, just trying to make things normal. You know, I myself, you know, like you, take antidepressants, you know, every day. They help. It wasn't until I got help that I knew I needed them. You know, and that's, you know, like getting that help opened up a bunch of doors for me to try to be there for people. You know, that's one of the reasons why I started streaming. Got diagnosed with depression, like severe depression, one day because I was watching a movie and it was late at night and I couldn't get up. Like I couldn't move. My back completely locked up. Had to crawl to the restroom, had to crawl out, you know, and just so much pain. Went to the emergency room, you know, they gave me some steroids, this and that. Followed up with my doctor. He's checking me out and he's like, you know, let me ask you some questions. And he started like asking me like mental health questions. He's like, I need you to see a psychiatrist, you know, so we can evaluate this. Did that. And, you know, she's like, yeah, like severe depression. We got to get you on something, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, you know, that hit hard because it was like, I didn't know anybody taking antidepressants. You know, I heard people like, they're like, oh, I'm depressed, you know, because they're having a bad day. Like, yeah. It's like, okay, well, that's what I thought depression was. Like, you know, just really sad for an hour of your day, you know? But now, like, I've been dealing with this, you know, since I can remember,
Yeah, that I think the word depression gets thrown around a lot because of that, and it's they're like, they're like, oh, oh, what's wrong? Why are you sad? Oh, depression. Like, oh, what happened? Like, chemical imbalance. I don't know. Like, it could be like a perfect sunny day, and then
I
it's
left my
just like,
coffee at home.
yeah,
Depressed.
It's like just you can be like at Disneyland, having the time of your life, but there's just a fucking dark cloud over you. Nobody can see it, but it's it's just there.
Yeah.
So that the word depression, it's like,
Yeah. And, so after I found that out, if you guys follow me on Twitch or, you come here from the Twitch channel, you know what's going on. For those that don't, I found, I don't want to say peace, but like, I found distraction in like Twitch streamers at first. I was watching my daughter, I wasn't working. I was like a stay-at-home dad. And to like just kind of get the mind to stop, not hiding from it, but like to find that little release, I started watching Twitch streamers. Fortnite had just came out. Guys like Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo, those big guys you probably don't know. Maybe Ninja, but like just finding an escape watching them was really cool. And I'm like, I kind of want to try this. So then I started streaming. It was going okay. I got up to like 100 followers and like became a Twitch affiliate and, just doing my thing. And then I was part of a big YouTube video. You saw it. I showed you. Shout out to Bitwit. Thank you again. I can't thank you enough. I don't have that button, but yeah, dude, he pimped my rig, shouted out my Twitch channel, and it blew up to like, now it's like 14,000 followers. And the same thing, just it's always been like about mental health. Like, I'm putting myself out there. Yeah, I'm playing games and stuff, but like it was an open door, and like, even though I'm not a doctor, we're not doctors, like,
yeah,
we're here to listen.
None of that would have happened if you didn't
Yeah.
reach out.
Yeah. And that was my big thing. And there is rude people on the internet. It's like, oh, you should just lose weight. You won't be depressed. It's like, nah, dude, I think it cuts a little deeper than that, like that might help. But like, to lose weight, you need the motivation to do something, and the depression just wipes you out, man.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's, if you don't have it, it's kind of hard to understand. Also, if you don't have empathy, if you're just like some fucking troll online, you're not gonna empathize with somebody.
Oh, there's trolls for sure, especially on Twitch. Like if you go to the video and you find if you find the video, go to the comments, and like some people are just freaking ruthless, man. It's like, why are you going to Twitch? That's probably the worst place you can go. It's like, well,
because of the trolls.
Yeah. And
anything good, there's a little bad.
Yeah.
Bad on the side.
But at the same time, like I appreciated the trolls because they gave me something to talk about. And, dude, you just need a hug,
Yeah.
But
everybody just needs a hug.
Yeah,
that will fix it. And medication and therapy.
Yeah, therapy and just reaching out, dude. Yeah, so I think this podcast took a little turn. Mm-hmm. It's sad, but it's a reality. And if you guys need somebody to talk to, our Instagram at ShareTheBackline, send us a message. We're more than happy to help. We can't offer you professional help, but
we can point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
or just listen.
Just listen. Sometimes that's all somebody needs is somebody to listen. Or you can email us, sharethebackline@gmail.com. Because I know Instagram limits how much you can send. Feel free to email us. We'll get a P.O. box probably pretty soon. You guys can send us letters. We'll post them on the wall now that we got a place to do it. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, it would be cool. If you guys have any posters you want to send us too.
Yeah, posters. So we're not full of Just Kings Gears. I can guarantee it's not a hockey podcast.
Hey, welcome to the LA Kings podcast.
The official. No, but yeah, we're here for you guys. Just like you guys are there for us. We appreciate all the listens. If there's anything we could do different, please let us know. We're still learning this podcast, especially is going to be like a huge learning experience for me. Alone, just trying to edit everything together. Making sure all the volumes are right. It's just, I could already tell.
Yeah,
but,
I don't have to deal with any of that.
You just got to show up. Show up and
I just got to open the door at this point.
Yeah. We're almost there, dude. It's 57 minutes in. Do you got anything last to say?
How weird. Every time I look at the clock, it's at 57 minutes. Every time I've looked at it. Weird. No. I think that's all I got for today.
Okay. Yeah, again, call to action real quick. At ShareTheBackline on Instagram, ShareTheBackline at gmail.com, YouTube.com/ShareTheBack at ShareTheBackline, YouTube.com/@ShareTheBackline. Like, subscribe, follow, all those things are appreciated. We love the love we're getting already, and really truly appreciate it. Two big bearded guys just chatting,
Chattanooga.
and we're growing like crazy, dude. Look at episode 4, dude.
Lights and cameras.
Yeah, it feels like a real podcast now. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here with me. And I'm happy you guys are here. Wherever you are, whenever you're listening, have a great morning, great afternoon, great day or evening.
Yeah, have one of those.
Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you episode 5. Peace.